Welcome in, everyone, to another midweek episode of Flyover Footy, as we're once again between matches. My name is Matt Baker, and on this show, we're going to run through player updates from Tuesday's training before hearing directly from head coach Olof Mellberg and then our featured interview with Timo Baumgartl. Let's start by looking at player updates. It's still getting better for City, but as is anything with life, it is not a straight line. Last week's injury report was still extensive, with Edu Leuven being out due to a non-injury, Chris Durkin with an MCL issue, Rasmus Alm with a hip injury, Roman Bürki a hand injury, and Jay Reid foot. They were all out, with Joachim Nilsson listed as questionable. Now, Nilsson, along with Totland and Horn, all featured on the matchday roster. Totland and Horn obviously fell off the injury report last week, but none of them featured in the game. And of course, Henry Kessler missed the game with a last-minute hamstring injury that's now been diagnosed as a grade 2 hamstring injury. He's expected to be out for at least a month. At training on Tuesday, at least we had no new injuries, though not everyone progressed in that straight line. Of those I listed, Jonas Horn and Joachim Nilsson were full participants in training, with Roman Bürki training with the field players in drills. No goalkeeping, no taking shots with his hand yet, but he was on the field with the players. Chris Durkin, somewhat surprisingly, was running around the field. Thomas Totland and Jay Reid were doing individual drills, and Rasmus Alm was walking around in shoes this time, whereas last week we saw him in sandals. No Edu Leuven and no Henry Kessler. We have further updates on Roman Bürki and Thomas Totland that we received from head coach Olof Mellberg, so you'll hear from those in just a minute. For now, the only other notable thing at training is that the team split into two groups for drills early on in training, and it definitely seemed like there was a first team, second team type split going on. In the first group, you had 10 players: Klaus, Celio Pompeu, Cedric Toyshirt, Marcel Hartl, Alfredo Morales, Akil Watts, Conrad Wallem, Timo Baumgartl, Josh Yarrow, and Kyle Hebert. And in the second group, you had 9 players: Simon Betcher, Mackay Joyner, Thomas Ostrak, Jake Girdwood-Reich, Jonas Horn, Joachim Nilsson, Michael Wenzel, Joey Zielinski, and Roman Bürki. Make of that what you will, though it isn't much of a surprise given the last couple of games and the overall availability of players. And with that, I'll bid you adieu and leave you with interviews with Olof Mellberg and our featured player interview this week, Timo Baumgartl. Thank you for joining me on this midweek edition of Flyover Footy, and join us Thursday night for our live stream preview of LAFC, or catch the full show on any of the podcast platforms of your choice starting on Friday morning. Thanks for listening, and go City. Olof Mellberg, how was training today? What are your thoughts coming off the Vancouver game?
It was good, I think. Good training. We had played like an in-house game a little bit yesterday with the guys who were not playing at the weekend, and some City 2 players as well. So they had more of a recovery training and pushed a little bit more with the guys who were playing against Vancouver.
Past few weeks, you've talked about building off of certain positives in each game. You picked up a point for the first time in a little over a month. Does this actually feel like it's a little more to build off of than the previous games?
Yeah, I mean, points-wise, we're obviously not happy. 1 point in 5 games is not good. But we're always analyzing the performances and try to bring the positives into next game and improve on the things that are not working so well.
There's a lot of injuries that are going on right now, but probably none bigger than Roman Bürki. He was out on the field, looks like taking part in some drills, though not goalkeeping. What's his status?
Yeah, he's not far away. Hopefully he can be training fully from next week. That's what we're hoping. Yeah, he was involved a little bit more today, but we're still a little bit cautious. So nothing happens to that hand.
You found a lot of consistency in the starting 11, it seems, especially in the attack in the past few games. What does it mean as these players look to build chemistry, look to score goals, to have that level of consistency despite some of the injuries?
Yeah, I think it's important, especially if they're doing well. And it has been a difficult situation with the injuries, as you said, to build on those relationships. Hopefully we'll have more players coming back now and gives us more options. We've worked together for quite some time now, a long pre-season, where we worked on a lot of those relationships as well. So I think any player has come on, and any like constellation, I think they look pretty good together.
Coach, did Thomas Totland re-injure anything? It looked like he had to sit down after warming up during the game, and today it looked like he was running off the side. Did he have a setback?
Yeah, we were hoping for him to be in full training by now. So he feels something there. I don't think it's too serious, but we need to have a look at it, and hopefully later in the week he can be in full training.
Timo Baumgartl, thanks for joining us on Flyover Footy. Thoughts on last week's game?
I think it was a good game from us. We conceded not that much chances against us. We had some chances to score, but in the end, it's disappointing to get a draw, especially at home. I mean, we played against the top team of our league, so still after 3 days is disappointing because I think we deserve to win.
And then talk about the ramp up to this game. The past few games have been tough, no points. This is your first point in about a month. Does it feel like, on the defensive side at least, you're progressing where you want to be, and then as well as building into the attack?
I think the whole season we were good in defending. I think we conceded 6 goals against us, but only scored 5. So, in fact, we only scored in 3 games, I think, out of 9. That's not enough for us. So we just train hard to get our strikers, our midfielder in position where they can score, because I think they also have not that many chances. We didn't have that many opportunities. So at the end, we had 1 goal, which for me is not understandable that it doesn't count. But at the end, it's a decision of the referee. But we have to focus on our build-up. We have to focus on our last third passes. I think that's our biggest weakness at the moment, because at the end we need to score goals.
Talk about your journey so far this season. What was it like going through the injuries? Obviously, you hadn't played a game since August of last year coming into the season. You saw 90 minutes with City 2. What was that like going through that start to the season and then with City 2?
I mean, I came here to play soccer. That's my first goal, to enjoy soccer, and I knew that it takes some time because I didn't play that much in the last year. So I needed to find my rhythm. That's why I asked the guys here if I can play City 2, because these guys are playing really good soccer. They have a good coach. They have a good system. So I wanted to join them to get some minutes, to get some rhythm. That was important for me. I'm not a player who would say it's not possible for City 2 because they're like younger. For me, it's important to get that rhythm, because in training that's different. You can train a lot, but you need to get this game feeling back. So it was really important for me, and I'm happy to play now. I'm happy to help the team. That's the most important thing. But I always said, like, I'm a team player, so where my coach need me as a striker, as a midfielder, as a defender, I'm there. I'm trying to help the team.
So you asked to play for City 2, knowing that you hadn't had very many minutes off the opportunity early in the season.
Yes, I asked Lutz if there's a possibility to do that. I wasn't sure if it is allowed, but in fact it was allowed. So it was really good for me to play there, and I enjoyed it. And I feel my body getting the rhythm back. That's good.
Talk about the level of competition, not just City 2, but overall. I'm curious your thoughts between Bundesliga, between what we've seen in MLS. Your perspective, what's that been like?
I mean, it's a league with a lot of exceptional good players, and then you have good players as well. Vancouver is a good team, total different style than Columbus. Columbus is a possession team, Vancouver more straight team. So you have different types of playing you play against. That's nice. You have the guys from the West Coast with more like the Mexican players. Then you have Vancouver, different type of playing. So it's nice to see, and I think in compared to the Bundesliga, it's a really good level. I think they're gonna attack MLS gonna attack the 5 best leagues in the world, and I think they can do it. Especially the World Cup is coming now, so the level is rising. For me, it's difficult because we have now game in Seattle on turf, I think. That's weird for me, but at the end, I think it's a well-organized league. It's nice to travel all around the country. It's such a big country, different places, different stadium, different type of playing. So I enjoy it.
You've got me wondering if we've played on turf yet so far this season, but I guess not. Used to be a big problem for MLS playing a lot of games in turf, but do you anticipate any difference in training on the turf, or is it just got to be careful the way your cleats hit?
I mean, it's a different underground, so you have to play on it. It's a different touch of the ball.
Yeah.
If it's wet, it's different. At the end, you cannot say there's a hole.
Yeah.
If you make a bad pass, that's okay. But at the end, it's a different. I think it's an advantage for the team playing every second week on turf because they're used to it.
Yeah.
But in fact, that's a circumstance we cannot change. So we have to accept it. We have to deal with it, the best out of it. First, we have a game in LA, so that's a difficult situation as well.
Few games on Sunday Night Soccer so far. Is that any different for you in preparation for it, in the way that it's viewed as that game of the week? Does that play into any preparation or how you view going to the game?
I didn't know that's a game.
So no.
A Sunday game is the most important game, or what?
Well, it's kind of like the game of the week this
okay,
year.
gotcha.
It's a new thing they did.
Okay, didn't know that. So
all eyes on St. Louis for I think the third time this season.
Did we win one game of that?
It was the Columbus game, and then put me on the spot. You played away.
Oh, that's a good question.
See, now you're stumping me. Okay,
so there's not a difference. It's a game like always. We know that there's always guys watching us.
Yeah.
It's not a different as a Sunday game or a Saturday game. I think it's warm in LA at this time, so
I guess it's like that later night Bundesliga game where it's after all the morning or after all the afternoon games.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yes, still, it's more audience. I think more guys looking at it, but it's not changing that much.
And then the injury to Henry Kessler. When did you find out that you were going to be playing that central center back role, and did it change your preparation for Vancouver going from a wide to a central role?
Not at all. I played in my career every position of the back line. Even I play fullback, so I know what to do. Or I hope
striker.
And striker. I hope I know what to do. But it's a different task. It's more about like positioning, leading these guys next to me. So it's not a difference to my preparation. I'm just happy to play, and I said wherever I play, I want to make the most of it.
Well, how about the central role in this defense, this back line? Is it more vocal? Do you need to be more of a leader to others in positioning?
Yeah, you need to speak in this role. You need to speak to each other. You need to communicate. That's the most important thing. Leading these guys is important to give the security that they can defend forward. There's always a possibility in this formation. That's why, you need to be louder. Ask the guys. I'm a guy who always speaks, so whenever off the pitch and on the pitch, I'm speaking. Sometimes I'm getting angry. Sometimes I make fun. So, yeah, it's okay for me.
And I have to ask, it's as we're out here, 70-degree, beautiful day in St. Louis. You're in long sleeves. Do you just run cold, or is this?
Normally I train long trousers as well.
Oh, okay.
No, I like it. I'm not the guy who's getting hot that fast, so I like it long. And I'm white. I get sunburn as fast. That's why.
I can understand that.
No, it's just a thing for me.
All right. This is Timo Baumgartl. Thanks for joining us on Flavor Footy.
Thank you.